In 1926, Belmont Lake State Park was born, a brand new green space on Long Island created for everyone to enjoy. And by everyone, we mean everyone who could find a picnic basket and a sun hat. As cities grew and cars filled the roads, families longed for fresh air and open fields, preferably without honking horns or surprise horse droppings. New York State led the way in building public parks, and Belmont Lake was a key part of that vision. You could say they were the original trendsetters, before it was cool. The Long Island State Park Commission was formed to protect land before it disappeared to development, because once it's a parking lot, it's hard to go back. Belmont Lake was chosen for its beauty and easy access, so even the most directionally challenged could find it and enjoy nature close to home. When the park opened, it transformed a private estate into a public haven. Suddenly everyone was invited to the party, no secret handshake required. For the first time, ordinary people could picnic, row boats and stroll where only the wealthy once walked. Take that, monocles and top hats. This was a bold democratic idea. Nature for all, not just a privileged few. No membership card, just a love for grass stains. The park quickly became a beloved destination, a green escape in a rapidly suburbanizing landscape. And let's be honest, who doesn't love a good lawn? Families flocked to the lawns, children played by the water, and the park's story began, complete with grass stains and the occasional lost shoe. Belmont Lake State Park was more than just land. It was a promise to preserve beauty and community, and maybe a few frisbees stuck in trees. The park's early days were filled with excitement, laughter, and the simple joy of being outdoors, plus the occasional ant in your sandwich. It set a standard for public spaces, showing how parks could enrich lives and bring people together. Because nothing says community like sharing sunscreen. The park's creation was a deliberate act of preservation, a gift to the future wrapped in green and tied with a ribbon of hope. It was a symbol of progress, opening up nature to everyone. No velvet ropes, just open gates and open arms. Belmont Lake became a place for memories, connection, and relaxation, and maybe a nap under a tree or two. Its story is one of transformation, from private estate to public treasure. Talk about an upgrade. The park's legacy continues, offering a day in the park as a simple, profound gift. And let's face it, who can resist a good picnic? Belmont Lake State Park stands as a testament to the enduring value of shared green spaces, and the timeless joy of a day outdoors, with or without the ants. Long before picnics and playgrounds, Belmont Lake's fields echoed with the thunder of hooves, and probably a few neighs of disagreement over who got the best patch of grass. This land was once the legendary Nursery Stud, founded in 1867, a birthplace for champion thoroughbreds, and some very pampered horses. Here, future racehorses grazed and grew strong, cared for by expert hands. Think of it as horse kindergarten, but with more hay and fewer nap times. The farm's reputation soared as its horses won races across America, putting Long Island on the map for horse breeding, and giving local horses some serious bragging rights. The Nursery Stud was more than a farm. It was a symbol of ambition, excellence, and probably the fanciest horse names you've ever heard. Its legacy shaped American horse racing, rivaling Europe's finest traditions. Because who says only British horses get to wear fancy hats? Today, as you walk the park's paths, you can almost hear the echoes of those majestic animals. Or maybe just your own stomach rumbling for a picnic. The story of the Nursery Stud is woven into the park's soil, a reminder that even the fanciest horses eventually become part of the landscape. Belmont Lake State Park is not just a place for recreation, it's a living link to a time when dreams of speed and glory ran wild, and the only thing faster than a horse was the gossip in the stables. The land's transformation from private horse farm to public park is a story of change and continuity, proof that even horses can't keep all the good real estate forever. The spirit of the champions who once roamed here still lingers, adding depth, and maybe a little horse sense to every visit. Belmont Lake's history is a tapestry of ambition, care, and the pursuit of greatness, with just a hint of horseplay. The park and its famous horse farm are named for August Belmont Sr., a man whose name sounds like he was born to own a mansion and a racetrack. He was a self-made man who left a mark on America so big you'd need a map and a magnifying glass just to find the edges. Born in Germany in 1813, Belmont arrived in New York in 1837, with very little, but as a representative of the powerful Rothschild banking firm, he quickly rose from banking agent to financial powerhouse, founding his own firm, and began making it rain shortly thereafter. Belmont's passion for horse racing led him to create the Nursery Stud on Long Island, because who wouldn't want a backyard full of horses? He also helped found the Jerome Park racetrack, where the horses ran fast and the hats were even faster. And of course he established the Belmont Stakes, the final jewel of the Triple Crown, and the only race where the horses might be as famous as the people watching them. Belmont's influence went far beyond racing. He was a diplomat, a party leader, and a social icon. Basically, he was the 1800s version of a celebrity influencer, minus the Instagram. His legacy lives on in the Belmont Stakes, where the horses run, the crowds cheer, and the hats are still fabulous. And, of course, in the park that proudly bears his name. No pressure, right? The park stands as a living tribute to his vision, ambition, and love for the sport, and maybe for a good picnic too. August Belmont Sr. turned his dreams into reality, shaping both the land and the culture of New York. Talk about a glow-up. His story is one of transformation, from immigrant to icon, proof that you can start with nothing and end up with a park named after you. The park is a reminder that one person's passion can create a legacy for generations, or at least a great place for a family barbecue. Belmont's name became synonymous with excellence, ambition, and public good. Plus, it looks great on a plaque. Today, visitors walk the same ground where his vision took root, just with better shoes. Belmont Lake State Park is a piece of his enduring story, one that's still being written, one picnic at a time. The park's very existence is a testament to his impact on history, and proof that sometimes dreams really do come with a lake view. Man o' War, often hailed as the greatest racehorse of all time, is like the superhero of the Belmont legacy. Bred by August Belmont Jr., Man o' War was born in Kentucky. Not at the nursery stud, but hey, even superheroes have humble beginnings. Sold as a yearling due to World War I, Man o' War went on to win 20 of 21 races. His Belmont Stakes victory by 20 lengths? Talk about showing off. His dominance revived public interest in horse racing, and made the Belmont Stakes the place to be. Move over, Hollywood! Man o' War became a national hero, a symbol of power, perfection, and a bit of horsey swagger. His story alone is evidence of the Belmont family's influence on American racing. They sure knew how to pick a winner. The park's land is part of this grand narrative, a place where the pursuit of greatness and a bit of horseplay began. Belmont Lake State Park connects visitors to a legacy of champions and the enduring spirit of the sport. Who knew history could be this fun? The legend of Man o' War is forever linked to the park's history, and let's be honest, who wouldn't want to be part of that story? In the 1930s, Robert Moses decided Belmont Lake State Park needed a promotion, from peaceful park to the official headquarters for Long Island state parks. Talk about a career leap. Moses, the ultimate multitasker and not-so-shy visionary, saw the park as the perfect command center for his ambitious projects, and probably a great place to escape city traffic. Soon, a grand colonial-style administration building popped up, buzzing with planners, engineers, and enough paperwork to wallpaper the entire park. From this very spot, Moses and his team masterminded the creation of iconic parks like Jones Beach and Sunken Meadow. No pressure, right? Belmont Lake became more than a retreat. It was the nerve center of a vast public works network, and probably the only park where you could get both a picnic and a project deadline. The park's double life as a recreational haven and administrative hub brought jobs, activity, and a dash of prestige. Plus, the occasional lost memo in the grass. Thanks to Moses's decision, the park was always well-groomed, and at the heart of Long Island's park system. No weeds allowed on his watch. That stately administration building, it's more than just bricks and mortar. It's a monument to the park's starring role in shaping public spaces, and maybe a few coffee breaks. Belmont Lake's time as headquarters left a lasting mark on its character, its legacy, and probably its filing cabinets. The park's story is one of vision, leadership, and transformation, with just a hint of office drama. Even today, you can feel its influence across Long Island's parks. Like a friendly neighbor who always has the best lawn, Belmont Lake is both a place to relax and a place where history was made, sometimes at the same picnic table. The legacy of Moses's vision endures in every corner of the park, so next time you visit, remember, you're walking through history and maybe a few old blueprints. Once upon a time, Belmont Lake wasn't just a pretty place to picnic. It was the nerve center for the Long Island State Parkway Police. That's right, the park was basically the bat cave for park patrol. These officers zipped along the new parkways, keeping things safe and making sure no one tried to race a deer or picnic in the fast lane. With headquarters right next to the administration building, Belmont Lake was the ultimate hub for both management and protection. Think of it as the park's own superhero HQ. The Parkway Police became a familiar sight, always ready to lend a hand, give directions, or remind you that squirrels have the right of way. In 1980, the Parkway Police joined forces with the New York State Park Police. It was like the superhero team-up nobody saw coming, now with even more badges. Belmont Lake stayed the regional HQ, where both park management and police could swap stories, and maybe the occasional donut. Even today, the park is still the command center. Think of it as mission control for keeping Long Island's state parks in tip-top shape. Those administration and police buildings, they're not just brick and mortar. They're monuments to the behind-the-scenes magic that makes every park visit possible. From these offices, big decisions are made, and like where to plant new trees, or how to keep the geese from forming their own union, and every day its guardians keep the park safe, beautiful, and ready for fun, so you can relax knowing someone's always watching out for you and the squirrels. Near the administration building, two historic cannons stand as silent sentinels. Don't worry, they haven't fired a shot in over a century, so you're safe to stroll by. These War of 1812 cannons once armed the USS Constitution, Old Ironsides. A ship so tough cannonballs practically bounced off like rubber ducks. They found their forever home here thanks to Alva Vanderbilt Belmont, niece of August Belmont Sr., who clearly knew how to make a family tribute go off with a bang, figuratively of course. Alva, a powerhouse in women's suffrage and history preservation, wanted to honor her family's legacy, and maybe make sure no one forgot where the Belmonts parked their cannons. These cannons connect the park to both national history and the Belmont family's story. Talk about family heirlooms you can't fit on a mantelpiece. Belmont Lake's landscape is enriched by this unique tribute to history, family, and the occasional oversized conversation piece. Belmont Lake State Park started its journey in 1926 with a 158-acre purchase from the Belmont estate. Because who wouldn't want a backyard that big? The plan? Take a fancy private estate and turn it into a public treasure. No secret passwords required. The park didn't waste any time growing. By 1927, it had ballooned to over 400 acres. Talk about a growth spurt. Suddenly there was room for picnic groves, athletic fields, and even a shiny new lake. Because every great park needs a place to skip stones. The secret sauce? Public investment. New Yorkers approved bonds to buy land for parks, proving people will vote for anything if it means more places to barbecue. The transformation was truly democratic, turning exclusive land into a space where everyone could enjoy the great outdoors, or at least pretend to like hiking. The choices made back then shaped the park we know today, complete with fewer horses and way more picnic tables. Belmont Lake's evolution is a story of big dreams, green thumbs, and a commitment to the public good, plus a few muddy boots along the way. Its legacy? A green space for all, born from a bold idea, sustained by public will, and enjoyed by generations of frisbee throwers and sunbathers alike. Right in the middle of Belmont Lake State Park sits its sparkling namesake, a man-made lake courtesy of some clever damming of Carl's Creek. Who knew a little engineering could make such a splash? This 26-acre lake didn't just change the landscape, it gave wildlife a new address and humans a new playground. Kayaks, canoes, and the occasional duck traffic jam are now part of the scenery. Around the lake you'll find open lawns perfect for picnics, wetlands for the adventurous, and wooded areas for anyone who wants to pretend they're in a nature documentary. Birdwatchers flock here, pun intended, to spot swans, ducks, herons, and songbirds, especially during migration season, when the Atlantic Flyway turns into a feathery superhighway. Whether you're fishing, boating, or just strolling, you'll find plenty of ways to connect with nature, and maybe even outfish your friends. The park's founders dreamed up a place where people and wildlife could both thrive. We're pretty sure they'd approve of the current duck population. Every visit is a chance to soak in the beauty, enjoy some tranquility, and maybe sneak a cookie from the family picnic basket. Belmont Lake State Park is a living legacy, where history and nature meet, and sometimes argue over who gets the best view. Its landscapes invite you to explore, reflect, and maybe get a little lost, in a good way. The park's story keeps going, written in every ripple on the lake and every footstep on its trails. So go ahead, make your mark, just not on the trees. Thanks for watching. Like the video? Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more travel adventures. Until then, keep exploring.